Hi, my name is Missy Grammer, and I worked with Megan in the Bridge program for Cancer Peace University. And I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And when I came on working with her in 2023, we started the protocols and emotional roots work. And so in June of 2023, I went to Mexico for 3 weeks and I got uh, some fever therapy protocols and when I came back, we decided to make a local plan for working with the protocols and do make a plan for the long haul. And so we um, we were doing this, and it was going really well. And I was still working on my emotional roots, but things started to progress with the cancer, and I had to get a cane. There was one morning where I couldn't get out of my bed. My husband had to lift me up, and I ended up with several fractures in my spine, and so this was very emotional for my family and very hard for them to watch. And I didn't. So I worked with my doctor, and we found that if I did low dose chemo, Megan was saying that sometimes chemo can give you more time to work on your emotional roots. And so I decided to do chemo, and I was having some good progress with the chemo and the IVs, and but I still felt that something was missing. All along, I had been working on Megan's book and doing emotional roots work with Megan, and so I really had felt that I hadn't, with the cancer progressing, I felt that I hadn't quite reached the root. And so I was just doing the chemo and doing the fever therapy, and things were going fairly well. It wasn't progressing because it did take a long time. It seemed like everything that my doctor did took so long for me. And so it could have been a lot worse. I knew that the IVs were working, but I was like, I just feel like I haven't found the root. And one day I took a journal to a Starbucks, and I just wrote and wrote. And in an hour, I had 15 pages of all kinds of, it was just like I'd found the root of what had been the root of this cancer. And so I had a talk with my husband and a talk with my mom, and it ended up that after I got that root, all of the protocols and the chemo just synergized together, and it really made such a difference. My back just started to. I actually didn't do anything besides the IVs and the chemo, and the only difference was I got to the emotional root, and so my back just started feeling better. It just started getting better. I started getting better. And so I got a PET scan about 2 weeks before my last chemo, and it showed 98% of the cancer being gone out of my body, but it wasn't fully out. So I continued after the chemo to do a lesser version of the IV protocols, but I continued doing it for a little while. And I just got back my results from my latest PET scan, and it's 100% cancer free. I'm in remission, and it worked. And I feel like one thing Megan had said is that sometimes you can start with a diagnosis and you end up with a whole new life. And that's what happened for me. It was like I started with this horrible diagnosis that scared me to death. And then when I was done and cancer free, I feel like I have unloaded all of the bitterness out of my life and I have a whole new life. So you should try it. Bye.